All right. Our second part of week 5 module organizing activities is our ability to create a Google site. So many of you are probably already freaked out about this because people say create a website and people get nervous about that. Don't worry, it's actually very user friendly in Google. So I want you to think about, before we even start, how you would or why you would create a Google site. I've seen teachers create Google sites for their classroom, for clubs that they have, for activities that they're in charge of. I've also seen them use it to help students create digital portfolios, which is a great thing because then they can take that on with them to college. They can put it into college applications, and have a place for all of their digital work. Google Classroom is great, but some things can get a little bit messy there, and disorganized, especially in Google Drive. That can happen. So Google Sites is a great place to have almost like a digital portfolio or binder of their work that they do. So we're going to walk you through some of the steps of creating a Google site, and the scenario for this module takes you through the creation of your own website. And I would hope that if you're going to do that, that you actually put in content that you would want to give a class if you were to make this go live. But as we're building it, it is not live. No one can see it, so you don't have to worry about that. You can always delete it later. So there's a few ways to get to sites. You can, again, click on your waffle, and you'll see the Google Sites button there. You can also go to sites.google.com. Now, it's going to maybe give you an older look if you've been in here before. If you've never been in it, it'll probably shoot you right to the new Google Sites because they've updated it immensely in the last few years. So if you get to a page that looks like this, go ahead and click New Google Sites on the left, and it's going to take you to the new layout. This is what it looks like. It's very uniform with the rest of how Google looks. So to create your own website, you can go down here to the bottom right and click on Create New Site, which is the plus button, which should look familiar because other apps like Drive, when you go to create things, Google Calendar, when you go to create events, has that same sort of look for the button. That's where you're going to start and create. Now I want to show you something. Here is my website that I actually use, and I try to keep it as up to date as possible. Sometimes it's a little difficult with everything going on, and I know that you all have things going on as well. But this is what the website looks like on the back end when you're building. This is my home page. I have different pages at the top. So I have an About Me tab. I have a training calendar tab. Okay, and I've embedded my calendar there and a Google form that people can fill out if they need help when they're, they look at the calendar. Oh, she's open on the 17th. I'm open on the 17th. I want her to come over and help me build a Google site. So they'll fill this out and I'll get an email and then we'll set up a time from there. I also have my blog that is connected to this. I have a resource page that I try to update occasionally with new resources or different information. And then I have the SCH social media pages where you can go and see all of the different things that are happening in Hammond. Right? So now what we're going to do is we are going to have you build a Google site and walk through some of those steps because it is represented on the exam that you're going to take. So it's important that we get exposed to it. So go ahead and click that plus button if you are following along. And this is how you would create a page. It always starts off as a one-page site. You have your main home page, okay? And I'm going to title my page Google Level 1 Certification. Ooh. Now, these are text boxes, so I can make this bigger and move this around if I wanted to. You can also move it on the page where it's sitting. You can bring it down a little bit. You can move it over. Okay, I can title it Alicia Forrest Site, or I can keep this Google Level 1 Certification. I can add a logo if I wanted to, so I can go up here and I can, upload a picture from my picture file that I have on my computer. And then once you've named it, Over here is where you'll be working in your tools. What's great about Google is they give you sample layouts, or you can build from scratch. So right now I have a white blank canvas. If I just really don't know what I'm going to put in there or how I should lay it out, I can just click right here and it will give me the boxes to fill in. So these are uploading pictures, images, YouTube videos, calendars, a map I could put in there, and then I can add text below. So if I was adding for this certification, I wanted to make sure that you all had the agenda that we use for all of the scenarios and the coursework. I can upload something from Drive. My Drive opens up over here on the right side. It's all on one page. I can even search right here. So I'm going to search Google Level 1 coursework, and hopefully that Google Doc is going to pop up that we use. There it is. This is my draft that I work off of, but I actually want the real one, so let me try again with my search. Of course, it's not going to be easy for me.
Did you make that coffee back there? Somebody did, just to let you know. There's some back there.
Okay, if you heard that coffee stop, we're making coffee for the afternoon. So here it is. So here's the Google Certified Educator Course Level 1. Okay, so this is embedded here, and I can click on here and I can say coursework, and then underneath I can give a little description, agenda for the Google Certified Educator course. Perfect. So that's that. Then maybe I want to embed a video. So maybe there's a video that I know will help you review. So I'm going to click on YouTube, and I can search videos, or I can go to my uploaded videos that I already have. But I'm going to search Google Certified Educator Level 1 Exam Review, and we'll see what we get when I search that. I have all of these different videos here. She's really great, and you can preview it before you put it into your Google site. Just click select. Now I have a video from Casey Bell. All right, and you can see when I click on it, I can change my text right here. I can make it bold, I can center it. So you can do, everything that you're already used to doing right here. Okay, so that's the basics of it. If you want to put in your own content instead of using layouts, feel free. Over here, you can put in a table of contents. You can put in an image carousel where you'll have a bunch of images that will just keep changing, almost like a presentation. A divider, all of these different things are right here for you. So if I wanted to put in a button to go register for the exam, I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to title the button Register Now. Go back up and get that link that I still had open from my previous video, and I'm going to click Insert. Now, there it is. There's my button. I can change it, and I can make it just, different look to it. And I don't like it that it's there all the way left justified on my page or line. So I'm just going to grab it and move it over. There it is. Okay. If you need to preview or see what your site's going to look like at any time, up here in the the toolbar up here, you have this little button, and you can preview what your website's going to look like to see if you like it. So this is what my website would look like if I made it live and people actually went to my site and tried to use it. Then I can use this X down here to go back to the editing platform. Okay, so this is my home page. This is what you would see. Now what if I want to add another page? Okay, so I can go over here to Pages. I have a home page, which is this. I want to add another page. I am going to title this page Exam Resources. Okay, now you see I have a home, and I have an exam resource page. And I can start building, use another template there. I can start building my resource page. So I could upload from my Drive resources that I've been using. Here's the skills checklist, so let me use that. Let me see if I have other resources for you that will easily pull up. Oh, here's one, so I'm going to insert that. Okay, and I have level 1, so I'm going to do that one for you. Oops, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. From Drive. And let's just do this one. From my Drive. Okay, so right there I've given you 4 resources and that took me, what, a minute? So imagine doing this for your students over a unit and you have all these resources and you want to give them, you know, these resources in one nice package. You put them in a Google site and they're all right there for them. And again, I can go up here, I can preview what this is going to look like for my students. Here's what they would see on their end. You know, they can click right on these. This is a slideshow. They can even flip through the slides right here instead of having to navigate off of the page. It'll be right there for them. And you can add as many pages as you want. Just remember, you don't want it to be too cluttered up here. You don't want to make it crazy where you have all of these different links up at the top. People can get pretty lost pretty quickly with that. And then you also have themes. So maybe you don't like this background of the way that this looks. They have other themes that you can use, not many, but some. So if you prefer something like this, you can change it to that. You can also change the color scheme to whatever you want. You like something a little bit cleaner, you can do that. So really you can customize it a little bit or even give it your own. It's fine too. But that's the basics of creating a site. It's really just kind of a drag and drop. They can give you the pre-made layouts. So don't be worried about trying out scenario 1 under Google Sites. I think it's a great practice and there's so much you can do with building a Google site. As always, if you have any questions, please just reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to help you. Good luck!